Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we're going to talk about fixed versus gimbaled weapons. This has been an argument since the beginning of Star Citizen as far as like Arena Commander and when you were able to change your weapons on your ships. Used to, fixed weapons were really good. With the current flight model and targeting UI and all of that, not so much. And I'm going to show you the difference and kind of talk about the difference between your fixed weapons and your gimbaled weapons in this video. As you can see, this saber right now is sporting 4 size 3 broadswords. Those are size 3 ballistic cannons. The saber can do 4 size 3 weapons if they're fixed, but it can only do size 2s if they're gimbaled. So do you see how that works? So you can only have gimbaled weapons a tier below what the hardpoint says it is. So if it says it's a size 3 hardpoint, you can either do a size 3 fixed gun or a size 2 gimbaled gun. Okay? Used to, the fixed loadouts would be really good because you could, I mean, if you have a size 3 gun compared to a size 2 gun, you're going to do a lot more damage. And if you multiply it times 4, that's a tremendous amount of damage difference. But now it's so much harder to aim with a fixed weapon. I've sped this video up until the end anyways. It's so much harder to aim with fixed guns that they're not even really worth having on your ship. Unless you can get a really large fixed gun and 1 or 2 shot enemies in a fairly quick manner from a long distance. That's where fixed guns are going to shine. And I don't have any video of that right now because I wanted to have as much of an even playing field to do this comparison as I possibly could without having a ship sitting in front of me stationary. That would be the best case scenario to test these guns out and how good they are in comparison to one another. But it's not a real world scenario. Your target's going to be moving. Fixed guns are going to be harder to get on target, especially if you're dogfighting. If you're having to go against a bigger ship, yeah, you'll be able to get fixed guns on them all day long because they're not moving anywhere. But the smaller ships, much harder to get your fixed weapons on. So if you're hunting big ships, go with a fixed loadout. If you're hunting smaller ships, you're going to want to go with a gimbaled loadout. As you can see here, now we have slowed it way down to normal speed, and you're going to see me get a few shots landed on target here with the broadswords, and eventually I will bring this Mustang Delta down. All these ships that I'll be facing in these videos are all Mustang Deltas, and all the ships that I'll be using are Sabres with different loadouts, so that we get the closest I can possibly get to a level playing field. There we go, we splashed the bogey. You know, I wanted to get as close to a level playing field as I could. Now, this one, I could have gone with energy weapons, which, I mean, these are energy weapons, but Pyroburst used to be really nasty when fixed guns were a decent option. Now, as you're going to see in this sped up part of the video, I can't do anything with Pyroburst. They're just not doing any damage whatsoever to this Delta. I'm actually going to have to cheat to kill the Delta. I'm going to have to fire some missiles, and I believe I even ram the Delta or run into it at one point to get the damage on it that I need to kill it. The Pyroburst used to be great. If you don't know what Pyroburst are, they're scatterguns. They are like a shotgun, and they used to be absolutely dominant at close range. I remember taking some people on when the Pyroburst first came out, and of course they were so dominant they had to readjust them, but they were still good all the way up until being able to fly fixed kind of became not a thing anymore. I loved the Pyroburst loadout. I used to carry them on my Saber or my Hornets. And now it's don't even bother. If you have a Saber Comet, take those Pyroburst off, put some Gimbals on. You're going to be much happier, much happier to have Gimballed anything other than Pyroburst on that ship. And see there I do a ram, or actually he kind of rammed me, but I lost a wing in that process. I still have all 4 guns and he exploded. So 4 times Pyroburst. To me, wasn't even close to 4 times broadswords. Now we're going to do another Gimballed loadout with ballistics. I've got 2 Scorpions, which are size 2 miniguns or Gatling guns, and 2 Great Swords, which are like the broadsword's little brother. So they are fixed cannons. And I've got them in staggered configuration on my Saber. I don't necessarily recommend you do it that way, but it actually turns out fairly well. I'm able to get a decently quick kill on these guys. Not super fast, but decently quick. As you can see, the minigun. One thing I will say about ballistics, man, they sound great when you're using them. And they have a great fireworks display when you're using them. I really like the way they look and sound. But the thing you have to worry about when you're using ballistics is running out of ammo. You know, you don't know where your next port of call will be. Right now in Stanton, it's not such a big deal because it's not too bad to get to a port of call. But it could be a big deal if you're out for a longer voyage. With that said, the Saber has a gas tank problem, in my opinion. One, the hydrogen fuel goes really quickly, especially when you're dogfighting. Any kind of length of dogfighting, the hydrogen fuel is disappearing very quick. And then the quantum fuel, it's got a very tiny quantum fuel tank. So you're not able to jump all the way across the system. You're going to have to do some mini jumps in order to make it across the entire system in a Saber. At least from my experience with the jump drives that I've had on most of my Sabers. So now we're going to take you into a Gimballed 4 times Bulldog repeater loadout. This is my favorite loadout for my Saber right now. The laser repeaters don't hit for a hard amount of damage in one shot, but they make up for that in volume because you can put shot after shot after shot after shot real quick on target and accumulate massive amounts of damage in a short period of time. So they're very weak as far as lasers are concerned, but the volume they put out, you see I just got a quick kill. I didn't speed this video up. I didn't speed up the ballistic loadout for Gimballed up either. Much quicker with repeaters. Now I just took out 1 ship with that. In the previous part of the video with the Gimballed ballistics, I was able to take 2 ships out. So I am going to add a little bonus footage with the Gimballed Bulldogs to show you how quick I'm able to take out a couple of other ships. Now again, this is as equal as I can get it for going up against enemies with your fixed versus gimbal loadouts. As you can see, we have this little ring here in the middle. That is the ring that you're supposed to be able to just hold the trigger down and make contact with the enemy. You don't have that for fixed. You've got to get the little reticle over the pip, which I will be doing a pip video soon as well. Right now you see the lead pips. I would totally advise against using lead pips and learn how to use the lag pips with the current state of the game, at least until they get the UI fixed, because lag pips seem to be more accurate. With that said, I do alright with the lead pips with this Gimballed loadout. As you can see, I was able to take down 1 ship, and then this ship is going to go down super fast under the Bulldog pressure. Boom. There you have it. So guys, that's Gimballed versus fixed. I would totally go with a Gimballed layout or configuration on whatever ship you're running with right now. It's just the smartest way to go. Even on your smallest ships, they have size 1 guns. You can gimbal those size 1s on those small ships. If you like this video, hit that like button. Hit that little subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Hit that little notification icon to let you know when I do more of these. Check out the information in the description of this video. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy. I'll see you out in the verse.